Hey guys, welcome back to the Cheeky Bastards podcast, a podcast that's all about cricket and the banter that comes with it.
Before
Uh,
we start anything, I thought that we were supposed to dedicate this episode to IPL and what has been going on. But
yeah.
I don't really understand the point of your background image here.
Oh, so this image. Oh, is that what you're talking about? Oh, it's nothing. So basically, what happened is that we're going to discuss IPL from the lens of a upcoming T20 World Cup, right? So I thought, who better to have there than the current, champions of the same World Cup? Like it
Yeah, or a team which has finally managed to win one World Cup after trying for 14 years. Yes, sure.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, this one. Yeah,
yeah,
right here.
sure, sure.
Okay. So
Right.
let's come back to sanity a little bit and discuss what's happening in IPL and how exactly what we're going to discuss is to that how would that impact the World Cup team selection and all.
Yeah.
So again, Adi, from last week to this week, week 2 to 3, the only major change that I can see, right, is nothing. Right? Nada, zero.
I mean, the best thing to discuss is maybe the point that Mumbai has maintained their consistency and Gujarat has maintained their consistency. Like these two are obviously surprising factors, man.
And the fact is, both are as surprising as they come because see, nobody thought Mumbai would be in this position, right? Making world records,
Yeah.
and nobody thought, Hardik would be the best captain of IPL for the majority of
Not
the
just
season.
that. Now remember, when we look at the who are the contenders for Orange Cap, Hardik Pandya is at number 4.
I know,
He is
I
at number 4.
know, I know.
Wow.
Epic shit is
Uh,
happening. So very quickly, I'll ask you to go to the point table so that we can have a clearer look. But
just a second.
the
Yeah.
thing is, if I'm not wrong, like I can definitely be wrong, but this scenario, right? I'll tell you what scenario. So the scenario where Gujarat Titans are 12 points in 7 matches, unfucking believable, right? Mumbai Indians are 8 out of 8, right?
Not eight
So
points, 8 losses.
oh yeah,
Just to be clear.
right. So when that's the situation, what is happening with the rest of the teams? Right.
Um,
You had basically before this match today, Punjab, Delhi, and Kolkata at 6 points each. Punjab won their next one, right? Eighth
yeah.
match and got to 8 points. Right. If Delhi Kolkata wins theirs, they'll go to 8 points. Right. Problem is that the top five of four have remained the same, which is almost remained the same except for one contender. SRS just shot up.
I
Right.
mean,
I
like,
have no idea how that happened.
how is that happening? They've won
See,
5 on trot, right?
See, when Gujarat is winning, 6 match out of 7, it's because I can see that happen. When did Sunrisers win 5 matches? I just went, okay. And this is very Sunrisers in a way, right? That even
Yeah.
every year this has happened that if they're winning matches, nobody is noticing them, right? You don't have commentators, orgasming on live on TV by looking at a Dhoni or yeah, today that happened. They were just
Yes, I was
trying to.
genuinely irritated with what happened today. So I actually wanted to have a discussion on that. Like,
Mhm.
I understand the point that maybe you have to talk more about Dhoni because he is the main point of where you are getting that TRP.
Yeah.
But okay, maybe you don't have the guts to criticize him, understandable, but at least be honest at some point. Like, okay, maybe he's not your bap of everything. Just 1 second, be a
Um,
little bit honest, be a little bit real.
so,
Nope.
for everybody to
Fuck,
know,
man.
Adi is a very big Dhoni fan. So if he's saying this, you have to understand that even Dhoni fans are getting sick of this worship, worship slash sexual fantasy thing with Dhoni that these commentators have, man.
See,
Like,
a fan, I appreciate it. See, you are a fan of Australian cricket. I appreciate it. But when someone is Chatu kind of person, I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah,
hate him for life,
yeah,
man. That's
yeah.
very obvious.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. Even at the end, right? I saw Kevin Peterson saying, "Hey, I've traveled from London via Dubai today, Dhoni. So MS to give." I'm like, bro, you're a commentator. You should not dismiss a side entirely. Like I know, no, that there's you would offend. You basically offended Punjab fans. I know there's no such thing like a
Not just
Punjab
Punjab
fan.
fan, like every other cricketer who's playing in that match. Raidu
Yeah,
scored 75. Who? No one cares about that. Everybody is about Dhoni hit a six, hit
I'll I'll
one
I'll
six. What the
I'll tell you this also.
yeah.
The when the commentators were when Dhoni got out and it was like obviously it looked impossible at that point, right?
Yeah.
When that was happening, the commentators said, "So the match changed when Raidu got out." I'm like, you bitches! If Dhoni would have been there 2 more balls, right, and he was standing at that point, you would have not said that at all. You would have like Raidu who? Who's this Raidu person we're talking about? Like
Just to be clear,
nothing.
Hindi commentators never discussed Raidu.
Oh,
Even when he was playing, people were talking. Dhoni is still in the background. If a wicket falls,
okay.
he can win it from there.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ, man. I'm like dead.
I'm sure there are no Raidu fans as such, but if there are any, they'll be very disappointed.
No, same thing I understand for Punjab point of view. There's no such thing as a Punjab fan, right?
Yeah.
But not including
In any
Citizen Cup.
parallel universe,
Yeah,
maybe.
somewhere. But like have at least have respect for those 12 players opposite him who are playing, and maybe you know when I say 12 players, I mean
The
everybody
umpire.
else and Mahesh. No, no,
Oh,
because he has been an outstanding effort. Okay, coming back to the players that you think like would go from this IPL's form, like you would at least pick, or what you think makes sense. Because see, I'll give you two. I'll not make your job any easy, right? Uh,
yeah.
we are not blind. I can see Chahal coming in, right? Like there is no question who's your main
Hopefully.
spinner.
Yes, hopefully.
Don't
I'm
do
still hopeful about it.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
The-
I don't rush BCCI with it.
this BCCI, CA, and ECB threesome needs to stop, man. Fans are getting fucked up. Yes, look at Adi, look at his face. Man is praying that the best spinner in the league should play. What nonsense is this? No, I understand that. So yeah, so I'm not allowing you to say Chahal, and I'm not allowing you to say KL
Bumrah.
Rahul.
Okay.
Right?
I thought,
No, sorry, DK. These two players are out. Now tell
okay.
me, and we'll come
Take,
to that,
okay,
right?
we'll come to that
How?
later. Cool with that. Actually, see, what is a very obvious fact is that we are not going to drop Virat, KL Rahul, or Rohit Sharma from the T20 World Cup. That's an obvious thing, which should, I mean, it should. That's how it should be, but it is going to happen. So you already have three players who are playing at a strike rate of 80, 90. Maybe if they are having a good day, they'll play at 120.
Yep.
That's the best they can do. KL Rahul in maybe one match, probably against Zimbabwe or Sri Lanka, he will hit a century. And in other matches, he'll have a left arm pacer like Shaheen Shafri, Trent Bolt, Bishop Stark to bowl him in the first over. That's
Yeah,
how it's
the
going to
one
go.
that he couldn't see, right?
Yeah.
No.
So the question that remains for the team is who are going to be your middle order batters, right? One guy who has been playing decently is Suryakumar Yadav. He'll be your number 5. But who is your number 5? He'll be your number 4. But at number 5, who are you going to play? Are you going to play Rishabh Pant, who has been doing average, actually better than Rohit and Kohli, obviously, but still average in comparison to other Indian batters? Or are you going to pick the one who should not be named according to you, that is Dinesh Karthik,
Fair.
uh, or
Right.
someone like I don't know, Hardik Pandya maybe, but the problem is Hardik Pandya is also playing an anchor kind of role these days. And I don't think India needs another anchor when they already have a Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli to do that kind
Okay,
of
so
role.
a very good pick. I missed it. You know the reasons why I'm missing it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'll let me come back to now. Good answer by the way. So let me come back to now. Give you the more easy ones, like one line question, one answer, true or false types.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chahal, Karthik, and let's discuss Chahal, Karthik, and Pandya. Right? Because see, rest of the places that Adi just said, right? It's up to debate as like it's all open season basically, and we can discuss that later also if needed. But I don't see a point in that because there are not too many changes that you'll do to your existing
Yep.
T20 team. Again,
Right.
just because I don't like them doesn't mean that they haven't been winning, right? As a T20 team, I don't like I see them winning. This team, the existing team could also win. Problem is, why want to win when you can for sure win? Like so,
Yes. Yes.
the throw out of that Varun Chakravarti guy, right, is obvious. Like Chahal will come in place of that. There's no like Kuldeep is doing well, right?
Much better.
Based on what I heard and what pundits were telling about Kuldeep and all, he's doing much better. But Chahal is still right there where top of his form. So I don't think that is easy, right?
Yeah. No, the difference is when Kuldeep gets hit for some runs, no, you feel that he is under pressure.
Yeah,
He's a bit,
yeah, yeah. And
worried
you,
and what to do.
hmm
He depends on his captains for that. Like I
yeah,
remember, yesterday he was saying in an interview that Rishabh Pant is becoming like sort of MS Dhoni when
uh,
he's behind the stumps. So
he's
he's
telling
dependent
him
on the
where to
captain a
ball.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's not the case with Yuzvendra Chahal. He's smart
no.
enough to understand. Like Sanju Samson knows nothing that he can tell Yuzvendra Chahal. Right.
Yeah, no, no. What you're saying is correct. If we had them in different teams, Kuldeep would be struggling right here,
Yeah.
right? Um, no. So that's easy, right? The main point of discussion for me right now, right? Karthik versus Pant is, I don't know, dude. Like I think you'll go with Pant. You'll not go with Karthik,
I mean,
right?
I would go with Karthik, but BCCI won't go with Karthik. That's the problem. They're
That's
like
what
7%
I
opinion.
that's
Yeah.
what I meant. But okay, fair
Yeah.
enough, fair enough. I see the critique there, right? I like that,
Yeah.
right? No, so without with that out, right? Let's come to the main point of discussion: Hardik and how can you sit him out? I'm sorry, you can't sit him out after this performance. You can't.
If he's bowling, I won't set him out with no doubt. But if
Mhm.
he's not bowling, I'd still consider him out of the team. Let me give the reason. Let me give the reason.
What?
Let me give the reason. So right now, what is happening is coming in at number 3 or number 4 in the 5th, 6th, 7th, maybe 8th over. But when he's playing for India, he'll be coming at 13th, 14th, and 16th overs, right? And you don't see Hardik coming in and hitting right from the ball one. He anchors his inning well. He paces it well. Like he starts, 10 run of 6 balls, then 15 of 12, like that. And we already have enough players doing that. Once you are coming in at number at 13th, 14th, or 16th overs, you need someone who's doing like Tilak Verma is doing, Surya Kumar Yadav is doing, or
Like a
DK is doing.
150, 160, more than
Strike
that
rate.
strike rate.
Yes,
Average
yes.
is not a problem right now. Strike rate is at that
Yeah,
point.
in T20s, unless you are a top order bowler like batsman, like one
Yeah,
to
yeah.
four, your
Average
average won't matter that
average
much.
won't matter. Fair enough. Yeah. Case in
That's
point,
why.
Glenn Maxwell. If you see his average, no, not if you just buy him off the chart, nobody team is ever going to bid for. Like no one is going to
Yes,
bid for
right,
that
absolutely.
person, right?
But the
Um,
impact matters.
exactly. No, so fair. See, that's my problem. And I know you told me specifically not to do this. I know you told me specifically not to do this, but I have to ask. You have to give me then you're going with, I guess, uh, six six batsmen, four bowlers, one all rounder, right?
Yeah.
Then if you're what are those seven players then for India?
Um, Actually, I'm not going with. I'm going with 5 batsmen.
Oh, two bowlers.
In one of like now 1 to 4 is clear. All of them are pure batters,
Yeah, yeah,
and they cannot bowl. At
not a
number
problem.
5, I'm preferring a wicket keeper like a Rishabh Pant or a DK, right? Or maybe DK at number 6 if he's playing.
Mhm.
And in that case, you can have a Krunal Pandya kind of person or a Hardik Pandya at number 5.
And you'll
I'm
sit Pant out.
Yes, if I have DK, I will set Pant out. I cannot have
Hmm.
both the players because I
So,
need the 6 bowling option just in case.
but I don't think that's happening, right? I think Pant is your keeper.
Yeah,
You
that's why I'm not
can't.
in the selection committee.
So you're not. That's why I'm asking you. So what is
Yeah.
it going to be like?
So if we are going by what India selection committee is going to do, you have the top 5 decided. The Pant will play at number 5. At number 6, either they'll have Hardik Pandya and Jadeja at 6, 7, which is the most obvious T20 11 you'll think of India. Like you have 2 guys who can bowl decent 2, 3 overs kind of thing. At from number 8, you have a Harshal Patel kind of player or Shardul Thakur, Deepak Sharma, one of these 3. And 9th and 11 are your Bumrah, Shami, and Chahal kind of players. That's what I see from the what the selection team does. But
Hmm.
that's not a team which you know can be the best. They can
Why?
win because Jadeja isn't the same. He's not a
Yeah.
T20 specialist bowler as such. He will give you 2, 3 overs. You cannot depend on him to give 4 overs. He cannot be your fifth bowler. That if you're doing that, that's a clear mistake. Or what you can do is go with 6 batters, just batsmen, and 5 pure bowlers. Like maybe fuck off the number 7
Mm.
position. Have Harshal Patel play at 7.
See
That's a possibility.
that strategy I've seen this team try for years. And as you said, very to win their first one after these many years, that strategy is one of the reasons for that.
Yes.
They lack that Faulkner at his prime kind of all-rounder
So
at
what
that
they're
point.
basically doing is that we are depending only on those seven batsmen that we have, and we think six batsmen, and they are good enough to bat till 20th over. If we are five down, we are fucked. That's what
See,
basically they're
see,
saying.
the thing is nowadays how T20 cricket has become is any bowling side that is good enough, right, can on their day take any other side's wickets, like the top four five
Yes, yes.
teams I'm talking
No, I
about,
agree with
right?
that.
So
Like that's what
let me
Gujarat is
clarify as
doing
well.
right now.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So any team can get any team out. That's early, and any team can bat the other team out. Like the game has become that competitive. So when that happens, you need to prepare for your worst days, right? And I think Hardik is required to be there for your worst days. Now Jadeja is not Jadejaing as Jadeja used to Jadeja last year, right? At least, right? So
Yes.
he's not doing that. So when when that happens, right, then yes, that is one concern I can you know acknowledge. But anything else that you're saying about the team, I don't, because this is a proper seven batsmen, right, including that two all-rounders, perfect seven batsmen that you can think of in T20 right now. I understand that playing one of DK or Pant might sound very stupid, right? That why are we playing only one, right? If you have to sit DK out after the form that he's had, I can
So
understand that if India loses, they'll and Pant doesn't score, everybody will say DK khilana chahiye tha, right? At that point, it's
yeah,
very
right.
easy, but at this point, it's very difficult to sit Pant out
Right.
before that.
So basically, what you're saying is that Rishabh Pant plays at five and
Hmm.
DK at six, and then you have five bowlers.
Yeah,
And
that's what
who's at number seven in that case? That's what I'm asking. Is it Jadeja? Is it Hardik? Or
Hardik.
is it
I'll go with
that's
Hardik.
Hardik? And that means that you're sitting out Jadeja
Yeah,
because he cannot be your premier
I
bowler, right?
have to. I have to see. I have to go with form. There's
And it also means that you expect Hardik to bowl four overs.
two. Oh,
Dude, you
five.
don't.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh
that's what I was saying.
shit. Jesus, can't Karthik bowl a few? Like KL was when KL was not getting into team, he used to be like, हाँ मैं बैट कर लूंगा, हाँ मैं कीपिंग कर लूंगा, हाँ मैं कैप्टनसी कर, हाँ मैं like लेग में लगा तो पानी लाऊंगा भाई, बस like just 11, make me into the 11, right? पानी बस नहीं
Oh,
लाऊंगा, बाकी get me to do everything. I think DK needs to do that. DK needs to go into the nets, work with Dravid a little bit, भैया थोड़ा सा.
बॉल कैसे फेंकते हैं
थोड़ा
वो क्या करना
सा.
होता है हाथ घूमना चाहिए
देख, see at the minimum spin तो सिखा ही सकते हो, spin तो हर कोई
नहीं
कर ले.
हाथ बस घूम जाए राइट ऐसा नहीं हो जाए थ्रो किया एंड आउट ऑफ द
Yeah,
ओह मैन
so
या
let's see what happens there. But yeah, I this is a big, you usually use this line, right? You do, which is, it's a good problem to have when you have to choose, right? I don't think this is a good problem to have. This is a very bad problem to have, because previously what used to happen was everybody's in form, right? And now you're like, which ones to select? Now there are people who are out of your team who are in form to replace a player who you know is very good, who you know is the future. He's your staple, but now he's not in that good a form. He's not in a very bad form, but he's not that, like, Pant is not that Pant of last few years, right? Right at this moment, right? Jadeja is not the Jadeja of the old. Right now, at this very moment, he's
I
not.
just
So
feel that when players are not the captain, how will they perform? Remember the Pant of 2018 or 2019. Remember the Jadeja of 2019 and 20, and remember the DK of 2020. DK was captain 2020. He was
yeah,
worse. He's not the captain. He's brilliant. So
yeah,
basically, like we shouldn't have a captain. Maybe like let the coaches decide who is going to bowl.
like they're not doing it right now. So no, so what I was going to say that is spot on. I think I read an article somewhere, right, that the
You
quickest
read
way,
articles, okay?
yeah, the quickest way to, I do it sometime when it's funny, right, right, and I'm not talking about Crickbuzz or serious articles, right? Those are funny differently, like they just don't know how to write. That's the problem, right? Anyway, that's why it comes out very funny, right? But that's not what I was going to say. So I was reading this article, and I think the headline was, the topic was something like, the quickest way to make a very good batsman into an average failing one is to make him a captain, right? And I think in IPL at least. So I think that is the case. See, not everybody can handle captaincy, right? People think that it's easy. They look at Dhoni and they'll be like, yeah, yeah, looks easy, right? No,
Yeah.
When Dhoni came in, he had long hairs, black. When he left, it was all short and white,
And
right?
great beard.
Right, and gray beard. It takes a fucking toll,
His
right?
performance in 2020 and
Right.
2020 was
Yeah.
pathetic, and suddenly he's like back to
Yeah,
form of
yeah.
sorts.
See, and suddenly you'll start seeing some black hair pop in also, right? And no, no, honestly, and
Yeah,
if and
agree.
I'll tell you another example. Have you seen Ricky Ponting smile? I haven't either, right? Have you seen Gotham Gambhir smile? Not since he's become captain, right? So come on, take a
Captain
fucking
where?
KKR.
Oh, I thought India.
No, India also he was the vice captain, right? Long period
He
of
was
time.
captain for a series against New Zealand, I believe. So he won 5-0
No,
ODI series.
obviously. So, you talk about these great leaders, right? just and
Yeah,
that's why I omitted Rohit Sharma because we have a podcast coming for that later.
that
From that,
stupid guy. Yes.
yeah, no, so we definitely discussed that. So so what do you think is the chances of a team like that? So assuming these are your 13 players, right, that we are
See,
bickering in 13,
what I'm
14.
saying, yeah, what I'm thinking is that this time selection committee has seen that based on like they saw what the problem was last year. I believe they understand that 3 or 4 matches, good matches, are not good enough to define a good player. Last
Or to
year, Varun
discard a
Chakravarti,
good one as well.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So last year, Varun Chakravarti was in great form in IPL. But what the missed part was that there was a little gap between the IPLs, and you should have considered more the players who were performing better in the second half. I think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
And this time, it's good that after IPL we have a few series. So maybe what they can do is decide on 20 players. Okay, these are the like 7 players who are definitely going to be in our squad. The seniors of sorts
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Rohit and Jadeja, those 7 players. And the rest, what I'm going to do is 13 players who were good enough in IPL, and we'll try them in the different series like against South Africa and England, and see who are good enough for international. And based on that, we'll prepare a team.
dude, at this point, if I was in your seat, right, what I like, and your seat being BCCI's head, right, right, don't fly. I'm just a metaphor. So anyway, so if I was in your place, right, what I would have definitely done is given Virat Kohli off from international duty, for 3 months, right. I am hoping I'm not too off, right. World
No,
Cup
I
is not
understand your
in
point.
those 3 months, right.
Right.
So I would give him complete off, right. T20 ODI test, it's fine, dude, it's manageable without you, or until until you have a match with England or Australia.
Yep.
Not even England, sorry, New Zealand or Australia. England is not needed, right. So if you have an important match coming up till that date, I would have just given him off completely. And what would have done is, instead of trying one new player, I would have given, because it's a pool of 20, as you're saying, right? It's a big
Yes. Yes.
pool. I would have given that Kohli's position to somebody else and try him out. The thing is, you have to give more people the chance and allow the one guy who can actually win a World Cup for you single-handedly the peace of mind, the break that he needs. I mean, I think
Oh,
that is what he
okay, I agree with your point here. A little bit of although discussion on that. That what you're saying is that you remove Virat Kohli for some time and you
needs.
try it other batters. Right?
Yeah.
Now, like let's just consider for now that Rahul Tripathi is going to bat at 3, and he performs well in those three
Why are you
months.
batting Rahul Tripathi is the question then I have. No, you don't. Whose position are you going to play him? Are you an idiot? No. So, see, Adi, hey, chi,
Who is the best number 3 in this IPL right now?
Hardik Pandya. No, so that, right. So I would actually, I see, that's not something I would want to do. What I want to do is do it the other way. I make my 11 for World Cup, right? So four players उंगली कर रहे हैं अब मेरे को, ठीक है.
Four plus.
अपना वेंकी, हार्दिक, पंत, डीके, राइट. अब मेरे को इन सबको किसी तरह टीम में घुसाना है. अब इसके लिए मैं कुछ प्लेयर्स which I'm pretty sure that are going to play, I'll take them out, right. Why do I need to, अभी की करंट पोजीशन में तो वैसे भी हम लोग के पास पीछे के बैट्समैन थे नहीं, लाइक पंत
Yes.
ही है ना उनमें से एक that we are deciding. So
Right.
what I would do is just take Kohli out of that. I'll probably play Pant there, and I'll play DK at Pant's position because that's a better position for in Indian team. That's a better position naturally for DK. He's performing
Yeah.
well there, right?
Okay.
Rishabh Pant first down comes for Delhi, can come for India as well. Like second down, first down he comes, so he can
Makes
come there,
sense.
right?
But then 3 months goes by.
Mm-hmm.
DK has done decent, but not too bad as such.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what has happened is Pant has played for 3 months at number 3. he has got comfortable, and if he scored well, then what do you do during the World Cup? Where do you play Pant? How do you include Virat?
So so then what I do is a retirement ceremony, a final match. I'll give Kohli a test match because see, in your hypothetical, Pant is hitting it out of the park at first down.
Yes.
If Pant is hitting it out of the
See,
park at
this is
first down,
exactly what I
I
wanted to
would
talk about.
take. I'll,
I'll point out one example here. What has happened is, although you would say they are not the same level, but similar kind. For Bangladesh, you know that Tamim Iqbal is a very important player for
yeah,
them,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But last year he was out of the team due to injury or some reason for 4 or 5 months or something. And by that time, Mohammad Naeem Sheikh, some guy, and Soumya Sarkar and Liton Das, these three players have done well for opening position. So when the squad for World Cup was coming out, if Tamim Iqbal was coming in, it would have meant that one of the informed guys who are playing well for Bangladesh had to, step away for a reputed but not informed Tamim Iqbal. So what he did was he said that, okay, the players are doing well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit this one out. If players are doing the job well enough, and I can focus on other formats. I think that's what Virat Kohli also has to do in a similar way. I'm sure he doesn't have that kind of ego. If he feels that some guy is playing better than him, he will let him stay. That's what I said, Rahul Tripathi example. Even Pant is a good example. If Virat Kohli is out of the team and he feels that Pant is doing the right job at number 3, either I will ask for opportunity to lower down the order, or he'll ask, okay, you guys can try this World Cup on your own.
Okay, so in the terms of mathematical equation, this is the definition of a boundary case. This is the boundary. This is basically the Kohli of boundary cases, right? It's how see. I agree to all the logic that you said, and it applies anywhere else. I'm fine. But this is again Virat Kohli that we're talking about. Right? So I get it. I do understand from where where you're coming from. I'm going with an Aussie formula, right? How they don't play Mitchell Stark anywhere, even in IPL, he doesn't play, right? And but if ICC tournament is around, Finchy or whoever is just gives the ball to him, right? Like bhai kar le apna jo karta hai, right? So because
Uh,
why? Because you don't and in test also I'll say that now I doubted him last year, but I can say that again, like test ODI T20 whatever it is, we do that with Mitch Stark. Hazelwood decided to now indulge in T20 cricket. He didn't used to do that previously also, right?
right.
So and players sitting out of series is very common in Australia, right? So if that is the case, like main players sitting out of these series, like I think in the last 4 or 5 years, I have seen so many names, even I don't recognize them anymore, right? Play international cricket for Australia. But by the time a tournament used to come, they'll just throw everybody out, like the Bailey effect, I call it.
So
Right?
what I see is that they play the average players out, but the
Huh.
excellent performers, they get a chance.
Always get a
Yeah,
chance.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. That uh, see what happened with Mitch Marsh. He
Sorry,
was
yeah,
out of the T20 squad.
I'll answer your question. Sorry, I think I didn't do. So in that scenario that you gave me, where DK is doing decent, not IPL form, but Pant is doing very well at first down, I'll play Kohli at first down. I'll play Pant second down, and I'll,
Push
from
Suryakumar Yadav at
push
number 5.
everybody else back. Basically, that's
Yeah,
what I'll do. I'll not play DK in that case because I'm a man of form. Sorry. Yes.
understandable.
Mm.
So like two different choices. So basically, what is happening in this podcast right now is Sumit Sinha is supporting Virat Kohli in the team, and Aditya Shrivastava is opposing it straight. This is
Who
exactly
would
what I
have
wanted.
thought? Who would have thought?
Exactly what.
If a college bully comes to beat me up now, I'll show him this video and like, yeah, पहले इसको देखो. See, I've converted now.
वो बोलेगा बैकग्राउंड इमेज दिख रहा है नॉट कन्वर्टेड.
Shit. Let me change that now. All right. I think but yeah, in my attempt to close this podcast, I'll say this, that do have you had the best team going in last tournament. You don't have the best team going in this tournament.
I
It's
disagree.
in just a matter of 1 year. Okay, go ahead. What do you think?
So you are saying last year to ICC tournament we had our best team going in the tournament? No, we didn't.
Okay, sorry, no,
What the fuck?
no, no,
What
no,
the
no.
fuck?
No. I stick by it. Sorry, I meant that you were the strongest on paper compared
Okay,
to other
on paper,
teams.
yes, yes, right,
Compared
true.
to other teams, not
Yeah, that I
compared to
agree.
others. Like you were
I
the
mean,
team of the tournament last year. You are not this year. Clearly
because
not.
South
Mhm.
Africa team seems better. Pakistan are like ever improvising on their strengths. We'll have to agree to that part
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
have improved.
yeah. No,
And
definitely.
Australia are world champions. Then I mean, yeah.
Australia
Let's
world
end the
champions,
podcast.
and the B team defeated Pakistan. BC some team. Like everybody's playing
BC
IPL.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stoinis Maxwell are not there. What Wade is not there. Who's playing then, right? So, anyways,
Wait.
so
Fuck.
we'll
Yeah.
we'll come to that also. But yeah, so yeah, all the teams that are going in this year, right? I'll not put India on top there. Like I'll put them in top three, four as all the like between those three, four.
Yeah.
But right, they can be three or four, maybe not the second also, but definitely not one like they were last year.
So I agree. I agree with that.
Okay, I think that's it for today. This was
Yeah.
a long one. That's what she said. We
Knew it.
had to.
Yeah.
We have to maintain the integrity of the podcast. With that said, guys, we'll meet you probably next week or whenever Adi is free.
Mm.
And stay watching, keep watching, and keep listening to us. Bye bye.